All right, guys. So Bitcoin and altcoins today are in fact continuing to drop even more. So I do want to talk about it, give you guys an update. Okay. And I am here to tell you guys to remain calm. Okay. To just remain calm. Okay. I know times like this may be harsh, especially to, the new investors, right? I get it. Right. And this is what you guys need to expect for crypto. We know, okay, Bitcoin and crypto is really, really volatile, right? And I feel like the market in general is manipulated, right? And I'm pretty sure you guys can agree with me on that one, right? Yes, we have been seeing a lot of buying, right? The big guys have been buying. We know a lot of countries, okay, institutions, companies, and whatnot have been buying a lot of Bitcoin, but there is a lot of selling as well, guys. Okay, there is a lot of FUD spreading around, of course, and a lot of people are obviously fearful. So, of course, the market is gonna drop, and that's exactly what it's doing right now. So we know Bitcoin for the past few days has in fact been dropping, but today, man, Bitcoin is dropping even more. Alts are looking much worse. A lot of alts are down like over 5%, some even over 10%. Like altcoins are in fact taking a bigger hit than Bitcoin. So I do want to talk about it. There is in fact a fair few charts that I do want to show you guys. And for the past few weeks, guys, okay, I've been telling guys, right? I don't think 126 is the top for Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin will continue to go much higher. Like I really do, guys. Okay, there is no way $126,000 is the top for Bitcoin. Okay, we know Bitcoin did reach that new all-time high of $126,000 back in October, right? So just last month, so a couple of weeks ago. And I don't think that is the top. I think we will see Bitcoin reaching new highs 130, 140 to 150 even, and much higher. I think that is coming for Bitcoin, guys. Okay, and I do believe alts will skyrocket as well, okay, eventually. So let's talk about it, guys. Looking at the Bitcoin price, yeah, it is looking a little bit more worse today. Yesterday we saw Bitcoin around 106, okay, 105. Today it's currently at $104,000. At one point, we did actually see Bitcoin dropping all the way as low as $103,000. Okay, so we could potentially, at this point, see Bitcoin, okay, dropping back down below 100K. As we know, guys, okay, or you guys don't know, Bitcoin has been trading above $100,000 for, I believe, almost 180 days now, I believe, okay, which is amazing, okay. But of course, eventually Bitcoin is gonna go back down below 100K, right? And I told you guys, right, next gen 2026, we're gonna be in a bear market. Okay, we're gonna see some type of bear market happening for crypto, and yes, that's when Bitcoin will drop back down below 100K, and we could potentially even see Bitcoin dropping back to below 100K, back down to those 90K levels, right, in the next upcoming few days. That is very possible. But remember, guys, we are in fact in November, and I will explain later on why I still believe Moonvember will be happening for Bitcoin. I think there is still potential for that to happen, guys. Okay, remember, we are only 4 days into this month of November. We're not even a week into this month yet. So we still have time to see where Bitcoin will be heading for this month in November. But usually November is a very bullish month for Bitcoin. Okay. And I told you guys that about, October, right? October last year. Clearly, we didn't see a October. We saw more of a Dumptober. Okay. Obviously, we saw that massive crash. Okay, on October 10th. Okay, the biggest liquidation day for crypto. Over $19 billion wiped out from crypto, which was crazy. No one obviously expected that to happen, but it did happen. Okay, but that is that. So yeah, alts, like I said, guys, for the past 24 hours are dropping. Okay, you guys clearly see a lot of alts, okay, are dropping today for the past 24 hours. Man, this is the best time to buy, guys, okay? Whether to buy more Bitcoin or to buy more of your favorite altcoins, okay? When there is fear in the market, when the markets are in fact dipping, this is the best time to buy. Days like this is the best time to buy, guys. Okay, so the crypto total market cap now sitting at 3.45 trillion. It is dropping, guys. Okay, I remember like a couple of days ago, this was almost at like 4 trillion. Now it's at 3.45 trillion. Okay, so it's dropping, and today overall the crypto market is down over 3%, almost 4%. So yeah, past 24 hours, man, it's not looking too good. Even for the past like 7 days, for the past week, alts are dropping, okay, like crazy. Okay, like a lot of alts, you guys clearly see for the week, it is down like over 20%. Okay, so like I said, okay, we know altcoins have been dropping way more than Bitcoin, right? Look at Bitcoin, it's only down almost like 9% for the week, whereas alts is like majority of them are down like over 10% and over 20% even. Okay, so this is what I always tell you guys to hold more Bitcoin than altcoins. Okay, and you know, a couple of days ago, I did in fact show you guys a chart that Bitcoin has been so far this cycle, this bull cycle has been outperforming altcoins, right? No, I honestly feel bad for people out there that hold altcoins, okay, that hold, you know, more altcoins than Bitcoin, because you guys are in fact getting wrecked. Okay, unfortunately, you know, alts have not been looking too good this cycle, I must say. It has been not looking the best, okay? Even though, you know, we did in fact see Ethereum a couple weeks ago reaching a new high of like $4,900, even XRP reaching a new high, Solana even reaching a new high, right? Some alts have been having a beautiful recovery, but majority of alts have still not really been moving, okay? And even gone back up to, you know, previous highs, right, from the last cycle in 2021. But you're looking at the Fingreed index. Okay, it's now at extreme fear, guys, at 21. It has dropped quite a bit, guys. Like the sentiment has changed quite a bit, right? Yesterday, we were at 42 in fear mode. And today, we're in extreme fear. Not fear, extreme fear. We're at 21, guys. Okay, like this is, you know, the best time, guys, to buy. Okay, as we know, there's a lot of fear right now. A lot of people are obviously fearful. Okay, people are panicking for no reason, right? This is the best time to be greedy. Okay, when others are fearful, we got to be greedy, guys. Okay, and to buy more while others are panic selling for no reason, right? So when there's fear in the market, this is the best time to buy, to load up, right? Now, looking at the Bitcoin monthly returns so far, November, this is not a great start, right? For November, for Moonvember, we're down 5%, over 5%, 5.3%. Okay, now, like I said, we are only 4 days into this month. Okay, we're not even a week into this month yet of November. So we still have time to see where Bitcoin and how Bitcoin will be, you know, performing for this month in November. We still got time, of course, right? You know, in the next few weeks, things can change for Bitcoin. Okay, I don't know if you guys were around for Bitcoin in 2024, but it wasn't a great start. Okay, so in fact, Ash talks about this, right? Ash Crypto, and I want to read this out to you guys because it's actually interesting and it's just facts, right? This is actually 100% facts. So he says here, if you're scared, read this. In the first few days of November 2024, Bitcoin dumped from $71,000 to $66,000. And everyone said the market was done. But then Bitcoin pumped 60% from 66K to $108,000 in just 45 days. From November 4th, 2024 to December 15th, 2024, Ethereum pumped 75%, and the altcoin market cap jumped 138%, sending many alts 5x, 10x in less than 2 months. So this tells you the market only needs 45 days to give explosive parabolic returns. Today we are at the same spot. November just started and we are dumping. So this is facts, guys. You know, like I said, okay, back in November, right, of last year in 2024, we did in fact see a correction. You know, it wasn't a great start for Bitcoin. Okay, you know, first few days of November last year in 2024, we did in fact see Bitcoin dropping. Just like what this chart is in fact showing us here. You guys can see we did in fact see Bitcoin dropping. It was not a great start. Okay, and then after that, okay, we saw a retest. Bitcoin started to skyrocket. Okay, you guys clearly see that. And then it started to reach new all-time highs. It just started to go parabolic. And I feel like that's exactly what we will in fact be seeing this time around for this month, you know, of November this year in 2025, right? So November 2024 wasn't a great start, and then it went parabolic. I feel like this year, it's going to be the exact same thing, okay? You know, I don't think history does, you know, exactly repeat itself, but it does rhyme, okay? And like I said, usually November is a pretty, you know, decent month for Bitcoin. Usually Bitcoin does perform the best. You guys can clearly see 42% average return for the month of November. Okay, so that's pretty high. So November is for sure a very, very bullish month, guys. Okay, and usually November, this is where Bitcoin does top out. Okay, but we could potentially see Bitcoin topping out, next month in December, right? We know during, bull markets, Bitcoin does usually top out in Q4. Okay, usually most likely in November or December. It doesn't top out in October, but it does top out in December, or November. So yeah, we will have to see, guys. A fair few people are in fact saying, this bull cycle, it's going to be extending. Okay, and we will see Bitcoin rising, next year in 2026. I don't know about that. Okay, we'll have to see. But I think the 4-year cycle is still on. I don't think it is breaking. I do believe the Bitcoin 4-year cycle will eventually be breaking, but I don't think it's going to be breaking this cycle, right? Just my personal opinion. I could be wrong, right? We could potentially see the cycle extending, maybe. Okay, but I do believe we're going to see a massive move happening for Bitcoin. Just like what it did last year, November, it's going to be happening this year for November. We're going to see Bitcoin going parabolic. Remember, it wasn't a great start in 2024. And yeah, I do believe that's exactly what we are, in fact, going to be seeing for Bitcoin. So understand, guys, don't be fearful, okay? Understand we still have a lot of time to see where Bitcoin will be heading for this month in November. Okay, we're not even a week in this month yet, so we still got plenty of time. But yeah, looking at this, guys, this is actually crazy. Apparently 140 billion dollars has been wiped out of the crypto market cap today. Okay, no buying, only selling. So yeah, I feel like the big guys are in fact selling Bitcoin. Obviously, someone out there is obviously selling, okay, not just Bitcoin, but also things like, Ethereum, okay, could be exchanges, right? Who exactly knows? Or it could be BlackRock, okay, selling, who exactly knows? But the big guys, okay, someone out there is obviously selling crypto, right? Whether that's Bitcoin or altcoins, right? Someone out there is clearly selling, okay. We are obviously seeing more selling than buying lately, right? And that's why we are in fact seeing, the crypto market dropping. So someone just bought $86 million worth of Bitcoin. Okay, they are buying the dip. So that's amazing to see. Okay, so even though this person is in fact buying the dip, okay, the markets are still dropping, guys. Okay, it is still dropping. So yeah, looking at this is actually pretty interesting. Bitcoin Well bought 10,000 Bitcoin at $1.54 14 years ago. And guess what? Sold it today for over $1 billion. $1 billion, guys. Over $1 billion. That is crazy. This is the definition of a true Bitcoiner. Okay, like this person 14 years ago bought 10,000 Bitcoins at $1.54 14 years ago. Okay, and he did not move it. He didn't sell it. He just pretty much, bought those Bitcoins and stored it somewhere safe. Okay, and now 14 years later, he is selling it for over $1 billion. Okay, so this is what a lot of us should be doing, guys. Okay, right now we should be, buying our Bitcoins. Okay, you don't have to sell all of them. Okay, but this is the way to do it. Okay, this is the way to do it, guys. Okay, so absolutely amazing to see, right? Congrats to whoever this person is. But yeah, like I said, BlackRock is buying, Sailor is buying, countries are buying, banks are buying. Then why Bitcoin price keep falling? Okay. Yes, we are in fact seeing, the big guys buying. Obviously, yesterday Sailor did post that he did, buy some more Bitcoin, right? As we know, strategy, they've been buying a lot of Bitcoin. They're still continuing to buy Bitcoin, right? It's looking amazing. Even BlackRock, right? Countries are buying, okay, banks are buying, governments are even buying Bitcoin, right? Institutions in general. So why is Bitcoin dropping? Well, clearly we are obviously seeing a lot of selling happening as well. Okay, like I feel like we are seeing a lot more selling than buying. Like, yeah, we are in fact seeing people, buying the dip. Okay, the big guys are obviously buying, but we are still seeing more selling happening. Okay, and I feel like in general the markets are just manipulated, right? That's just how I feel. I'm pretty sure you guys can feel that way as well. Okay, I'm pretty sure you guys, can agree with me on that one, that the market is in fact, manipulated. Okay, we already know this, like for the longest time now. But we are in fact seeing a lot of selling happening. 100%. That's why we are in fact seeing Bitcoin drop even more, guys. Okay, and it could potentially drop even more, but I do believe a beautiful bounce back up will be happening, potentially in the next upcoming few weeks. Okay, so be ready for that. But yeah, looking at this, Bitcoin is in absolute free fall right now, and it is. I must say, there's no strong support until the $100,000 level, which means it will most likely get retested. If Bitcoin loses the $100,000 zone, expect a correction towards the $92,000 level which has a CME gap. Okay, so yeah, like I said earlier, okay, we could potentially see Bitcoin dropping below 100K, going back down to these 90K levels. Okay, and it could potentially happen, in the next upcoming few days. That is possible. And then we will see a beautiful bounce back up to the upside. Okay, like I said, I don't think 126 is the top for Bitcoin. I really don't think that is the top for Bitcoin. I think it's going to continue to go much, much higher, guys. I really, really do. So it's going to be crazy to see Bitcoin trading below 100K, because like I said, it's been like, I believe, almost 180 days for Bitcoin trading above 100K. So, it'll be pretty insane to see Bitcoin, going back down below 100K. It's been a while since we have seen Bitcoin trading below 100K. So if it does break, the 100K level, man, that's going to be an opportunity to buy more, right? It really, really is going to be an big opportunity to buy more, guys. So if we do see Bitcoin dropping back below 100K, I'm for sure gonna buy, right? I don't know about you guys, but I'm for sure gonna take that as an opportunity to buy more Bitcoin. I'm not gonna miss it, right? Even though I do believe next year in 2026, yeah, we're gonna see Bitcoin dropping back down to like 70K, 60K to even 50K, right? Because like I said, we're gonna be in a bear market next year in 2026. I feel like we will be in some type of bear market. And that's when Bitcoin, yes, will be dropping below 100K once again. Okay, even altcoins dropping, right? So that is that. But yeah, looking at this, guys, okay, getting closer to the 20 to 22% pullback area we saw at the start of the cycle. 20 to 22% of the downside would put prices in the 100K region, right? So a 32% pullback from the highs as seen in recent corrections would take Bitcoin as low as $85,000 in case. Okay, in any case, Bitcoin always bounces back, and that's true, right? We have seen many, many corrections along the way, guys. We have been seeing Bitcoin forming this beautiful uptrend, right? Ever since, the beginning of 2023 to where we are right now in 2025, towards the end of 2025. Average pullbacks, 25%. We have seen this many, many times, even in different bull cycles, right? In 2021, even in 2017, right? In 2017 bull market, average pullback was 32%, over 30%. 2021 was like 24%, right? So we have seen many, many corrections, guys. Many, many corrections in the past, and we always see Bitcoin recovering and bouncing back up. And I do believe that's exactly what's going to be happening with Bitcoin, okay? It's going to have a beautiful bounce back up to the upside. Okay, like I said, I don't think 126 is the top. I don't think that is the cycle top. There is no way that is the cycle top. I think Bitcoin will continue to reach new all-time highs. Okay, but yeah, I truly do believe we're going to see a bounce back up. Okay, like Bitcoin, whether it does have a retest back down to 100K or below 100K, right, it's going to have a beautiful bounce back up, going back up to its previous highs of 126 and reaching new highs. So be ready for that, guys, because looking at this, right, we have always seen corrections, right? Like Bitcoin dropped 22% and then 20%, even at 1.32% right over here, okay? And it always recovers. It always has a bounce back up. So I think we're going to see a final leg up happening for Bitcoin. I already talked about this like in my previous videos a couple of days ago, like 3-4 days ago, of Bitcoin reaching, like 150. So I really do believe that is very, very possible for Bitcoin. So guys, be ready for that, because I do believe once Bitcoin does reach a bottom, okay, it's going to bounce back up. Okay, it's going to have a beautiful recovery back to the upside. So yeah, Bitcoin, okay, falling wedge is forming, right? You have to clearly see that, and yeah, it's going to have a beautiful bounce back up, right? It's going to break out from this pattern, the falling wedge, and once it does, we're going to see Bitcoin continue to go much, much higher. So understand, guys, same story every single time. Okay, this does remind me of like the COVID crash, right? It really does, guys. As we know, COVID right at the time in 2020, we saw a pretty decent correction down to the downside for Bitcoin, right? You guys clearly see that. But then Bitcoin did, in fact, have this beautiful bounce back up to the upside. Okay, it had a little recovery, okay, and then it just absolutely exploded. I feel like that's exactly what's going to be happening with Bitcoin. Okay, no matter where the bottom is for Bitcoin, right? Like I said, it could be at 100K. It could be even right now at $104,000, right? Who exactly knows? Maybe at 97K, right? Maybe 94K. Who exactly knows? But wherever the bottom is, wherever the floor is, it's gonna have a beautiful bounce back up to the upside, and then I think it's gonna 100% explode to new all-time highs, 130, 140 to 150, and much higher. I really do believe that's gonna be happening for Bitcoin, guys. So just stay calm, okay? Remain calm, right? Don't worry, guys. Bitcoin is gonna be seeing better days, okay? But yeah, looking at this from Polymarket, 73% chance of Bitcoin going to 100K. I think chance of Bitcoin hitting 100K in November surpasses 70% on Polymarket. Yeah, we'll have to see about that. I mean, it is obviously very possible that we do see Bitcoin reaching 100K once again, even dropping below 100K once again, which is going to be very interesting to see, because like I said, it's been a pretty long time, right? For the past few months, Bitcoin has been, holding up very well, above 100K. It's been trading above 100K for the past few months. So that's amazing to see, right? At the beginning, we did in fact see Bitcoin trading, up and down between 100K. Like it will be at 100K and then above 100K, and then it'll just drop, below 100K, right? When we did in fact see Bitcoin reaching $100,000 for the first time ever in history, it was really volatile, right? It was trading above 100K and then it'll be trading below 100K. It just kept going up and down, right, between 100K. So yeah, it's great to see, Bitcoin for the past few months trading above it, okay? But we could potentially see that change, okay? We could potentially see Bitcoin, trading below 100K. So we'll have to see, guys, okay? We'll have to see about that. But I still truly do believe November is going to be an amazing month for Bitcoin. Okay, I really do, guys. Okay, it's not a great start, but this is exactly what we saw last year in 2024. And look at that, right? It ended off almost 38%, guys, okay, in 2024. So I think the same exact thing is going to be happening for Bitcoin this year. So that being said, guys, I appreciate all you guys for watching today's video. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. That is always much appreciated. More updates will in fact be coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. But I appreciate every single one of you guys for watching today's video. And yeah, I will catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.